Should you avoid failure? Well, you know, as an entrepreneur starting out, I read this book probably 5 years ago called the um, Millionaire Fast Lane, right? And it definitely changed my perspective on how to actually become a millionaire quickly, right? And the way you become a millionaire quickly is to sell a product, right? But while you're getting the business off the ground, you still have to eat, right? So basically, the premise of the book was to do something small to be able to eat and do whatever until your business took off, right? So, that's basically what I've been doing, the past 5 years. Um, you know, that's why I came up with Insercell, and I came up with the idea like, most people in life don't believe that they can even be successful. School put that C average on them, and for some reason they just, no, I can't be the one that ends up being a millionaire or even a billionaire, right? But, so it all starts with mindset, right? You have to believe, but the hard part of entrepreneurship is when you have failure after failure after failure after failure after failure, and you still keep going, you still have the belief, right? So most people need to realize that most entrepreneurs, their first business is a failure, right? And a lot of people out there that I know are doing like franchising, basically like entrepreneurs already figured out a business and we're just going to go, and open up the franchise and make money off the franchise. Well, I've seen those fail too, right? I have a mentor that, that tried that with food, and, it didn't work out for him, right? And he, had been running businesses for 20 years already at the time when he did that. So, keep that in mind, that even if you franchise, just think about the average franchise cost. Average franchise cost is like 300, 400 grand, right? So it might take somebody 10, 15 years, or put up their house, to come up with that kind of money to take that risk, right? Not saying the risk isn't worth it, but, 90% of businesses fail in the first 5 years, right? Mostly because of debt, but, when you don't have any debt, it's hard to fail, right? The business can still live, basically. You may have to get some other job to eat, but the business itself is still going, right? And so, we've never taken any money out of our business at all. And, actually we put money into the business every year, right? For advertising, for product, and whatever. And let's say, we gave away, $1,000 worth of t-shirts at the Marlins games last year, right? So just keep that in mind. Like, it may take years for your product to catch on, right? Or for you to get the attention that it is needed for that, and the product to fit whoever the attention is getting, right? So, but yeah, I came up with Insercell, and Insercell is basically to, add positivity to everyone's life, right? To look around and see positive things instead of looking around and only seeing negative, right? Like, I'll go into certain brands, right? The Nike check. Well, Nike was one of the first companies to go to Korea, go to China to make products, right? They didn't decrease their price, but they decreased how much, it cost to make a product. And I can't say I blame them. That's, economics, that's, that's business, right? Like, if you can make it cheaper somewhere, that's the same quality, you're probably going to do that as an entrepreneur. But that's what that symbol means to me now, right? That symbol means, hey, all the jobs that used to be here, they're not here anymore, right? They're somewhere else. That's what the Nike symbol means to me. So people, ask why I'm against Nike. I mean, it's not really, that's just what the symbol means to me now, right? It doesn't mean, so like, before they did that, you had Michael Jordan with Nike, and it was the great symbol of hope. We could all be like Mike, right? That's what, we could all be greatness, right? And that's what Nike used to be, even for me, right? So that's what I kind of see Intercell as becoming. I see Intercell as becoming that, where you believe that you can actually become greatness, right? And you do that by, the sayings, right? Prepare for success, right? So how do you prepare for success? You learn, you educate yourself, right? So, that's really the to be an entrepreneur, that's really the hard part. The hard part is, dealing with failure over and over and over again and still believing in your cause, right? Having a cause big enough, to actually move you, get up and move you every day, right? Because it takes forever to upload all this stuff to social media, like, especially by yourself. Like, some of these guys are spending $150,000 a month, to have people only do their videos and upload to social media, right? As a company, $150,000 a month, right? And they're doing that and they're being very, very successful at it, right? But they didn't do that on their first business, right? They did it all themselves, right? So your first business, you're going to be doing all yourself. Like, you're going to have to, it's called eating shit, right? Basically, your first, and people glamorize entrepreneurship, right? They only see the end. And I did the same thing, as a kid when I saw doctors and lawyers. I was like, oh, they're driving a Mercedes. They're driving a BMW. We're over here in a broke down Buick, right? Barely making it. We're getting pulled over because they think we're drug dealers, right? Like, getting our shoes searched on the side of the road, right? Like, stuff like that. But, that's what you see. You see the end product of, you don't see the struggle in the middle, right? And that's what you need to realize when it comes to entrepreneurship. Like, there is a struggle in the middle. And, how I have chosen to handle that struggle is to have a normal job and do entrepreneurship on the side until entrepreneurship takes over the job, and then we can, move on to that, right? So that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Like I say, shop at intercell.com. If you've made it this far in the video, please give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Share this video with somebody that needs it. Like, if you're an entrepreneur and you're out there struggling right now and your mindset is like, man, I can't believe I did this. Like, definitely share it with that person, right? Like, because entrepreneurship is hard, and you may not be right on your first venture, right? You may be wrong. And that's okay. It may not be what fits you. But that's what's fun about capitalism. Capitalism, you get more than one chance, right? So if you mess up, 7 years later, you can do it again, all right? And you can do it smarter and, get the skills that you need, that you feel like you need, and we can make it happen. Shop at intercell.com. Use FitFutureMD for 20% off. And wear your inspiration, man. Like, inspire your community all around you. Do it with Intercell. We'll see you next time. Peace.